So before watching this video, you should have overviewed the Microbit presentation, which sort of takes you through an introduction to the Microbit step by step, with a series of videos explaining the various components on a Microbit and what you can do with a Microbit. So in this video I'm going to overview a few of the basic programming concepts that you would come across in using a Microbit. So this particular web page is available on the BBC Microbit website, and the web address is makecode.microbit.org/#editor. If you even Google the BBC Microbit website, there will be an option to along the top saying let's code, and that's where this takes you. You've got to make sure this is the selected code editor, that you're coding in blocks as opposed to JavaScript. JavaScript is a text-based code. Blocks is more akin to Lego style programming, or blocks programming as it's known in programming circles. And it's very similar to Scratch in terms of the layout. You have on the left hand side, you have the Microbit itself, or what's known as the emulator. So this is what you would see had you a Microbit in your hand. So any code that you run on the Microbit will show up on this emulator. And once we start putting code blocks in, you'll see how that works. In the middle section here we have all the various coding blocks that you will then start to build your programs with. And on the right hand side then you have your coding area, and that's where you'll drop the blocks into to be able to create your program. Down along the bottom here we have this download function, and this download allows you to download what's known as a hex file, and the hex file contains all the code that you have generated in this area. Now typically if you download the file, the hex file only works on the Microbit itself. So I guess unless you were in an ICT room and using the Microbit, there's no real need for you to download it. If you click on this option, you'll see that it allows you to pair device and download the Microbit. So that's something you only really use if you had the Microbit plugged into your computer. Here is you can use this to name your file. So I've called this one Year 8 Demo, and that allows you to save it. This little button here, you don't need to worry about that. It allows you to save it to a cloud-based repository. So again, you don't really need to worry about that. This allows you to undo and redo. In other words, step back through the actions and step forward through your actions. And by actions I mean anything you've changed in this area. This allows you to zoom in and zoom out on your code. So the more code you have in here, it can become a bit cramped and it might be difficult to see the coding blocks. So you can use this to zoom in and zoom out.